Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Welcome to the show of 12:30 on June 1st, Wednesday. The U.S. market is slightly negative, 16 points on the Dow. It's up 2 points on NASDAQ, and it's slightly up also on the SPY. The TSX is down 55 points. The market in the U.S. was down more than 100 points on the Dow Jones this morning, but everything rebound at 10 on the ISM manufacturing. So the question bar is open. So you can ask me questions. There are not a lot of information to show you during this show because the market are stuck in their neutral formation. If we look at this, so the NASDAQ, we have a double bottom the last 2 days. It's a neutral formation. If we really break down, it's going to be interesting for a short-term bearish ETF. And if we break out, we will probably have a couple of nice breakout in individual stock. On the Dow Jones, we show weakness. Yesterday we break the neutral formation. This morning the movement was a continuation, but we rebound, and now we're just kind of in a waiting mode. Same thing for the S&P. I think the S&P will be the most interesting to have the momentum on all of the other market. If we break the low of this morning, it could be nice for ETF like SPXU. If we break this major resistance, I think it means that we will go back to the lifetime top that we had around 213, 214 on the SPY. So the next move on the SPY will be important for the whole market. On the TSX, well, we made a kind of a breakdown this morning, but we rebound with energy and mining and finance, with also the ISM manufacturing. So when we look at the market, so at 10, this was at, yes, it's at 10:05. So the 10 quote, we just go back from the low, and since then we're rebounding everywhere. I want to show you the SPY with the 30-minute bar chart, 250 period, because you will see how important this support is. It's around 209, just under 209. We're not, say, we were at the point to break this support, but we rebound. So I think the market is strong right now. I think the market just didn't want to correct didn't want to go in a correction. So, but if we break it, we had a lot of room to go back to the low. So it's the reason why it could be nice to open a short bearish ETF on like a SPXU around 209, 208.8, because we have some room. I don't know if we will go back to the bottom, that this is the bottom, but I think we could have a couple of percentage. And with a stock like SPXU, it's 3 times the average of the index. If you prefer Canadian stock, my HSD will be 2 times. So the SPY is to monitor. And if we look at the TS6 now, so we had this important supports, we break it, now we're in another neutral formation, but on the TS6 we have more supports than on the SPY, so it's less interesting. Example, if we break there at 13,970 points, we could stop at 13,900 points, so it will be like a 0.75%, not interesting. And if we go there at 13,700, it's still just around 250 points, 2%. So I think on the SPY, it's where it's the most interesting. We just have to wait if it's possible. And if we break 211, I think 211, I think we could go back to 213, 214. It's not a lot of room, but it's what we have on the upside. We have more room on the downside, but the market don't want to go on the downside. So it's not the time to force on the downside. When we look at the Canadian sector, so energy, I'm going to show you the movement in the oil and first. So movement in the oil is rebounding since the opening, and we had a big quote there because tomorrow we have an OPEC meeting in Vienna, and around 11:15 there was a rumor, breaking news that popped about that the OPEC could have a ceiling tomorrow, like they said that they could reduce or cap or freeze the production. It's not happened. So now they said we could have a ceiling, because every month the OPEC increase their production. So if they put a ceiling, we will know up to where they could increase their production. But I think that everything that pops from the OPEC, it's kind of blah blah, and nothing happened after that. But it's the reason why they all rebound and accelerate at this move, because of the rumor about the OPEC. So tomorrow we have the OPEC. It's in Vienna, so it's approximately 6 to 7 hour difference with the time zone in Canada, in Montreal. So when the market will open tomorrow around 9:30, it will be in the afternoon tomorrow. So we will probably have the allocution and the speech from the president of OPEC, who will say that never change, and we continue to move forward and think that everything will, and that the oversupply will disappear naturally. And we have also at 11, and we will have the oil inventory. I think oil inventory could be also interesting, because it's start of the summer. Most of the time we have more consumption of oil in the summer, so it's possible that the oil inventory will continue to go down, and we could have a pop. And if we break the 1210, which will be a new breakout, if we could break the $50 on the real oil tomorrow, we are at 48 and 93 right now. If tomorrow we could break over 50, look clearly, I think it could give the momentum on the market to go to a stop. And so it will be to monitor. Gold today collapsing, another, it's down approximately $7 to a 1210. So for the moment we were not able to break down under 1200. If we break the 1200, but we could have a new breakdown on the gold. So this is it. So when we look at the sector, I was there, the sector. So energy rebound, accelerate is rebound on the OPEC news. For the moment it's neutral. When we look also at mining, we also made an acceleration in mining at the same time that OPEC pop is news. No? So for the moment, now after the second movement of the rebound on the TSX, we're flat on most sector. The gold, the sector stopped moving down, we're flat also. Finance, we rebound, we're flat. It's the only sector was in down cycle. Most of the bank was in big correction yesterday. They started the day in big correction, but rebound, and now we're flat. Stock like insurance wasn't breaking down this morning. Sun Life, Manulife, and the bank was just continue the correction of yesterday. But now, example, Bank of Nova Scotia is positive. It's at zero. It's just National Bank who releases earning this morning. That was a really bad earning. They made 52 cents a share. The estimate was between 60 and 72, depending and 74, depending what site you're looking at. And so their earning was down 50% when we compared to the last quarter. So it was bad earning. It's because of the provision in the oil and gas industry, but they announced it there. So we know we know that National Bank will not have a nice quarter, but they still increase their dividend. So it shows that they think it will be short-term glimpse and that they will continue to grow after that. I think it was the most important news this morning. And why the market go down this morning? But first, the US dollar was weak compared with the euro and the yen, and the pound continued to go down because yesterday morning there was two surveys that showed that the yes for the Brexit was taking momentum. It's now at 45-47%. It was more around 35-40 a week ago. I think that if we stay in the I-45, it's impossible that the Fed will hike their rate in 2 weeks on June 15. They will probably wait in July to see what will happen with the referendum in the UK. We all know that it's June 23rd. It will be an important because if we have if the referendum is the yes for the Brexit, it will cause a lot of volatility and weakness probably in the growth on the short term. And UK, it's a major country. So now and say the Eurozone, the European Union, it's really important. It's really big. It's a lot of exchange. So it will cause problem to the growth. I still think that the no will win. But for the moment, yesterday we had some kind of survey that shows that it's still a tight. It's not a win, absolutely. So the yen was strong yesterday. It's the reason why the Nikkei is down 1.6%, lost its last 2 days of gain. And also we had two manufacturing survey in China that showed that the data was mitigated and still show interrogation about the rebound of the growth in China. One, the one from the Chinese government was slightly positive, higher than 50, but the other one was still negative, slightly negative, just slightly under 50, but it's the 15 months decreasing of this indicator. So 15 months, it's more than a year. And in London and Europe, we also were down 0.5% approximately, but we had the manufacturing index also in Eurozone that was show stagnation and a slightly rebound in the UK. But the one in the States at 10 was good, a rebound of approximately 1 point to 51.6. That was also higher than the surveillance, the reason why the market rebound. This is an important data for in 2 weeks. And the next important data will be, we have two important data tomorrow. We have the ADP private job report, and we have the ECB announcement. I don't think that the ECB will announce anything special tomorrow, but it's just important to listening to what Mario Draghi will tell us about the Eurozone and also the Brexit. He could give us his perspective about what will happen to the growth in Europe and the growth in UK. So, and Friday we have the government employment report. This is the most important data before June 15 because we have no data next week, and after that it will be the announcement. So next 2 days will be important, and also the next survey about the Brexit will be important. So this is it. If we look at the our resource, we see that all was breaking. It was a breakdown this morning, but we gained back everything. The gold yesterday, it was a rebound, but we said to the clients that it's a 1 day rebound. If we remove the day that it was off, it's still in the downtrend, and today we're lower than yesterday. But the real gold price is not lower, because yesterday during the night we touched 11.99, and now we're at 12.10. But the gold is weak, and when we look at the gold sector is less weak, but we made a double top yesterday and today, and I think the pressure is more on the downside now. A lot of stocks are at their support. Kinross Gold, Yamana, Eldorado Gold, Barrick completely neutral, Semafo also lose everything but neutral, New Gold at the support, IAMGOLD not far from the support. So we have a lot of stock that if we continue the momentum, the downward momentum, tomorrow that will start new breakdown. It will be a new down cycle on the gold. When we look at the mining, it's completely flat. So for the moment, the stock like Teck, Hudbay, First Quantum could be interesting for day trading, but nothing else. So for the moment, the next entry points on the upside will be 1261. And I think we could still have entry points on the downside. So if we break around 1240, we could go back to the low at 1210, and it's approximately 3%. And I don't think that you could have problem with shorting stock like Teck or First Quantum, because there are a lot of volume, and it's a Canadian stock, so I think that every bank will have no problem for you to if you want to short these stock, but I will only short them for day trading. And if in afternoon we have a big movement on the downside, example, you can keep it, but for the moment I think we have to keep a perspective of day trading on the upside and on the downside. And I still think that we have more momentum on the midterm until June 14 on the upside of the market. Energy, it's also completely flat. So the sector was in down cycle this morning, but we rebound. We're now neutral. We had stock like Husky. We have an important news on Husky this morning. Husky said that they start to generate new positive cash flow, and with these cash flow and the rebound in the oil in the last couple of weeks, they think that they will be able to reinstate the dividend in the short term. So this is an important news, because a lot of Canadian company and US company cut or reduce their dividend in the first six weeks of the year, when the oil was collapsing up to 27. But now if they think about increasing the dividend, it's because they think that it will be sustainable, because the company don't want to play up and down with their dividend. They want to have a stable dividend with a stable growth on their dividend. So if they want to increase it, it's not for decreasing in 6 months. So this will be positive for the market as a whole, for the whole energy sector. It's 12:45, so I will answer the last two questions, and honestly, I have nothing else to tell you. So the first one, HGD paid 532 March 15. Okay, so HGD 5. Okay, yeah, but there was a split, so we'll have to sell at 21.60 not to lose anything. We'll never see that, right, Maxime? I'm not gonna see never. 21, it's there. It's mean that the sector will have to continue the downward movement. But I think if we start a new breakdown and we have a rate hike in June, I think we could lose another $100 on GLD. So I think if we lost another $100, it's the HGD will go back to 21. So I will not say never, but if the Fed decide to not raise the rate and to not hike the rate in June 15, I think that the gold will not be down like that. But I think that we could lost another 100 if the growth restarts, the inflation pick up, and the Fed has to hike the rates a couple of times in the next end of the year. I don't set $100 in 2 weeks or in a month, but on the medium term. So it's tough to know, because I will told you that if we make another breakdown or another breakout on the gold, I will told you to sold HGD, but you lost $8 right now. It's approximately 40% of your position. so it's tough a decision. But for the moment, I think that we could have another upcycle on HGD. If it's go to 17 or 18, you will reduce your losses to approximately 15%. So it could be a decision to sold some of your position, and it's a possibility that you will have to sold everything with a smaller losses, but sometimes a smaller losses is better than a big losses. And the last question about Bombardier. There was a news on Bombardier today. It's a WestJet that they convert 9 option on the Q400 to the real order. So this is it. The stock was weak this morning, touched the support there of 190 and rebound after. So bought the Bombardier at 149 around there. Sold half at 172. So 172 around there. So that was good. It was more than 50 cents, more than 10%. Then sold another half of the half. So you still have a quarter of the position at 203. So approximately at the price we are right now. What do you think of buying back half of the original position if it's breakout above 205 on timid volume, or buying back all of original position instead if volume is strong? I think it's a good strategy. Yeah, if we have a big increasing of the volume on the breakout, it could be nice to increase your position. You still have a nice price at 150. I will say, you said 205. I think 205 could be kind of tight. 208, 209. I think it will be a clearer breakout. But if you see that you start a momentum during the day, you could start to buy at 205 and after 210 another if the volume continue to increasing. And I will also sold everything probably around 180. So I will give them a chance to have a false breakdown. But if you have a breakdown and the day after it's continue on the breakdown, I will sold everything on Bombardier. I think right now Bombardier is completely flat like that because we're just waiting for the federal government decision about if they will give money or not to Bombardier, and if they will have new order after the Delta one of a couple of weeks ago. So have a nice day everyone, and see you next week, next Wednesday.